The rain seems to have arrived and me and Cricket have taken shelter. Wilms isn't here. She's gone up the hill to look for some cell reception so she can get a weather report, which I don't think we need because we're in it. But I hope she bought a raincoat because when she gets back she'll be quite soggy.
So what is the mentality of people who just read the toilet paper sitting there?
I have no explanation. Not even Cricket can tell you.
Should I give this one to Gavin?
Yeah, but I'm taking it.
Should I give it to Gavin? Okay. I'm gonna take it. She gets jealous. Just as the forecast predicted, the skies have cleared. It's about 12:30, so a little bit later than predicted, and it's a late start for us. But that's all right. We'll still push down the river, get a few miles, see where we end up.
That was a great one.
Getting very close, I believe, to a place called Two Rivers, is where the Jacks Fork meets the current. We thought about paddling on the Jacks Fork, but the water levels are too low. So this signifies that we're over the halfway mark from where we put in and where we intend to take out. Right, I better pay attention. We've got a bit of a bend up here.
I can see a bin.
A what?
I can see a bin.
Oh, good. There's a landing, yeah. That's the Jack Fork behind us, so I wasn't lying to you. Alright, we're going to pull up at Two Rivers and get rid of our trash.
There's dead fish there. She's probably going to roll in it.
One word from us, and Cricket does as she likes.
This is a bit of a different bass, I think.
Alright, just let it go. Just let it go.
Since the confluence with the Jack's Fork, it's, as you would expect, much deeper. It's much wider. In places, it's very swift. In other places, it's just slack water, very slow. As far as people go, it's pretty quiet. I don't think we've seen any other paddlers, but we did see 3 power boats that seemed to be together speeding down the waterway today. Don't know what they were all about. But yeah, it's this river, this journey is definitely keeping us on our toes because it's just constantly changing. Don't know what to expect around the next bend.
Well, I don't know which bridge we came over.
I thought it could have been that one.
Might have been.
I mean, weren't we on the 106?
I think so.
A little south of the bridge is a confluence with Blue Spring, the current's deepest spring at 310 feet. The deep blue coloration is a result of dissolved minerals acquired on its underground travels. The rugged karst landscape of the Ozarks is made up of water-soluble rocks such as limestone and dolomite. As a result, there's an abundance of features such as caves, sinkholes, and springs. This river receives the bulk of its water from underground springs where it enters one river, then a next, and finally the Mississippi on its way to the Gulf of Mexico. It's kind of turning into a nasty day. I mean, it's sunny and it's beautiful, but oh my God, the wind. It is really blustery. So it's a nice time to not be paddling on the river. We found ourselves a little island and we've set up camp and we're kind of battening down the hatches. Gavin and Cricket are off doing some fishing and setting up some trail cams, and I've set up camp and probably gonna sit and read my book for a while.
The fishing being slow, Cricket and myself find a vehicle trail and set off to explore. Takes us to a boat ramp named Roberts Ford, with an elaborate structure set high on stilts and safeish from potential floodwaters. Wildlife is abundant throughout the Ozarks. Squirrels enjoy the safety of the canopy. Pileated woodpeckers nest in hollows of large trees. Likewise, this sapsucker seems to be nesting at the summit of a dead trunk. We encounter the tiny titmouse, a flycatcher, and a downy woodpecker. The brilliant crimson colour of a male cardinal is always a treat. A young white-tailed deer looks a little nervous. And we find an armadillo enjoying watching the world go by from the entrance to its burrow. A great blue heron stands sentinel along the river's edge. But there are a lot of little creatures to be discovered, such as this weird little spider with very long legs and an orb-like body. One feature of a healthy waterway are frogs, lots of them. There's plenty of cover for serpents in the forests of the Ozarks, and this we suspect to be a thing called a rat snake. One of North America's more notorious reptiles is a creature called a cottonmouth, or water moccasin, that has a preference for a semi-aquatic existence. There are several other snakes that resemble the cottonmouth, and although there is room for error, we suspect this specimen is a harmless water snake.
I think we just experienced our coldest night of the trip so far. We have a nice layer of frost over everything. Trifle chilly.
That's the housework done.
As the river's volume increases, we begin to encounter motorboats that somehow manage to negotiate the shallow regions while fighting a current. The majority of these folks show a good level of respect to the environment, yet with easier access and the ability to carry more gear, there are always the lazy men who don't. Campsites begin to become dirtier as they await the next high water to be flushed clean again.
I wonder why they call it Gravel Springs.
Just down from that last attraction here, and we've Summer's pulled up, and we have a gravel bar is what we've got. We've got to be very careful. We're getting towards the end of the trip, and it's going to be over before we know it.
We've done 6.3 miles, and according to the GPS, this is called Moore Hollow. M-O-O-R-E. Yes, don't worry, we're getting it. It's official.
Oh God, rolling monster.
What looks like the remains of a large freshwater garfish. We never did see a living specimen. It's nap time for me while Cricket replenishes her energy with yet another snack in preparation for the important business to come.
Me and Cricket are making our way upstream where I thought there was a bit of a deeper hole in the river, so we're going to try some fishing there. She's been sitting in the boat for a while and she's ready to go. It's just a little one, but it's a start. There we go. Another whopper. Tea. Might have been bugging. big bundi. This is day 13. It's our final day on the river. And we have a 10-mile journey to get to the end. And about halfway, around 5 miles, we'll be passing through a town called Van Buren. And then 5 miles after that, we'll get down to Big Spring, where we hope to find the disco waiting for us, all in one piece.
Van Buren is a larger town for this area we're in, though one source estimates its population to be less than 1,000 people.
100 miles to go! 100 miles to go, you got it!
I've already done that, just 5 more.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Good day. I think while Summer goes off to see if she can find the disco or the campground, me and Cricket might do a little bit of fishing. That's a nice one to end the trip. End the trip.
Our pullout point here is the aptly named Big Spring. Almost 300 million gallons of water a day gush forth from the base of the cliff, water that's traveled below ground for nearly 50 miles. The spring is Missouri's largest and one of the largest in the country. A fine end to an amazing adventure, deep in the heart of the Ozarks.